James here with your digital marketing strategy section for the class on Porter's 5 Forces model. You want to look at the YouTube video I pointed to in our class notes and listen to Professor Porter himself talk about the 5 Forces model that he created maybe 20 or 30 years ago. In it, he talks about the airline industry especially and the soft drink industry, and it's interesting to see what he has to say about it. So please watch that YouTube video. Now, for this model, what we're looking at is rivalry among existing competitors. There's the threat of new entrants. There are a lot of companies where if a bigger company decided to do the same thing, it would just take over the market, right? So there's always that threat. There's going to be new competition. They might have more funding, and that could cause rivalry and competition. There is also the threat of substitute products or services. When I worked for GoToMeeting with Citrix Online, one of the things we talked about is that actually the substitute for a GoToMeeting with video even is the telephone, because if you only have to talk to one person, the telephone might be a big threat. No, it doesn't have video, but for the purpose you might have for that day and that moment, the telephone might just be fine. So that's what a threat of substitute is. When you look at the bargaining power of buyers and the bargaining power of suppliers, that just means that for many businesses, you are putting together something that you are supplied and making it into something new. And the prices that you get from your suppliers, your vendors, and what people are willing to spend is part of the rivalry and competition as well. If you're Tesla, people are willing to spend a little more. If you're Mercedes, people are willing to spend a little more for that luxury, but a Chevy buyer may not do that, for instance, right? So that fits into the 5 Forces model. If we take a look at our next slide, what we're going to see is that it's just kind of a rehashing of what I just had. So these are the 5 things that have to do with competition, but we might think of other things as well. So rivalry among sellers, competition of substitutes, the threat of potential entry into the market, especially when it's a easy entry. If Google got into your business or Apple got into your business and they have all this excess cash ready to spend, you might be in trouble, right? And then the power of suppliers. If you're a newspaper and the newsprint prices in Brazil are going up because of deforestation, and you have to pay more to make your newspaper, that's going to hurt you, right? So it's the power of suppliers in that sense. And then the power of customers, what people are willing to buy for that newspaper, right? I'm sure you can think of other things that might be a good discussion we have. And I'm going to cut these up into small ones that we'll take a look at, and I'll see you on the other side.